Hey guys, in this video, I just made this grooving plane from the scraps of my last bench project. You can check it in the description if you're interested. But it was actually not that hard to make. It just took 1 hour and also it works really well, and I'm so happy that I've made this because it will really come in handy in future projects. I hope you guys could try this for yourself or at least just get some inspiration or ideas from this, and I hope you enjoy the video. First, I mark out 8 inches in my scrap of 2x4. Next, I saw it out. Next, I use my homemade rabbit plane to cut a rabbit that's a 1/2 inch wide and a 1/2 inch deep. I'll also link the description to my rabbit plane. I haven't used the plane for a long time. That's why I actually lost the wedge. So I just made a really quick new one. That's why you can see it doesn't have a chip escapement. I worked on it after this project, but I didn't bother making a chip escapement just to do the job fast. I don't really know the correct terminology for this, but I'm basically cutting a dado here so that we have an automatic def stop and for the whole thing to work. If there's no recess here, then the chisel will just cut one time and it will stop cutting. And this one, make it about a 1/4 or a 1/2 inch deep. Make sure that it's square. For the wedge and blade, well, in this case chisel, I just mark a 45-degree angle and another angle that's slightly steeper than that. Make sure that you're cutting square and you're chiseling exactly at the depth of 1/4 inch because, well, we're using a 1/4 inch blade because, well, we are making a 1/4 inch grooving plane. And then I use a chisel. And you guys may be wondering if you know about my video about the router plane. Why am I not using my router plane? Well, you see, the thing is, again, it's something that I haven't used in a long time, and I would need to reset it up and fix the wedge, fix the blade because it's dull by now. So yeah, I just used the chisel, but it still turned out well. For the wedge, I don't know why instead of just using the scrap, I still use this piece of softwood. I'm not sure what was happening in my head at that time, but I just marked the top and the bottom and connected them to create the angle. So here, I just cut out the wedge. You can use a coping saw to cut the curves or just a chisel. But as you can see on the right, there's a curve there so you can hammer it back out. And at the left, there's a curve just to compensate for the chisel. You don't need that if you're actually using a blade. So it works now, but then we'll need a better chip escapement, and as you can see, the dado was not cut well. I just fixed that with a chisel off camera. I just bevel the end with a chisel to create chip escapement, but this is actually pretty tricky. Takes a few tries until you get it right, but at the end, it all turns out well. Here, I just curve the ends, bevel the corners, and just make the plane more comfortable to hold. And then I just apply a coat of beeswax. Now it's just time for testing. The softwood wedge broke while I was hammering it in, so I just made exactly the same one except with a harder wood. And as you can see, it takes a shaving and it really does work. Thank you so much for watching. That will be it for today, guys. Bye!